Let me do it. Hal Bowman. You know, I have had the opportunity to speak to thousands of people, but I have to tell you, that thing right there is freaking me out. When you grow up in New Jersey, you don't tell the fellas in the neighborhood that you want to be a teacher. It's like wearing a sign around your neck saying, hey, fellas, come by after school and beat me up for a while. I'm available. My mom was a teacher. I'm in the 3rd grade, and I would come home from school as fast as I can because I wanted to go to the window and wait for my mom to come driving up the driveway. And she'd come in the house, she's pulling these big bags full of papers and files and all that stuff. It kind of looked like a fire hazard looking back on it. Those afternoons, my mom and I would sit down, and she would tell me these stories of people overcoming tremendous odds and stories of accomplishment and inspiration. And hearing those stories each and every day, I wanted to be a teacher too. You know, I had this teacher, Miss Ziff, and you have to say that correctly. It's actually Mrs. Ziff, because she would tell you that you're pronouncing it wrong every time, even though you said the same thing as you did before. Miss Ziff would greet us every day, and she would say, thank you so much for coming to school today. And she would send us into the classroom. I mean, what a wonderful way to start. But every teacher I had growing up kind of fueled that desire for me to be a teacher. That's really what I wanted to do. And you know, you get in front of the kids and you're in the classroom. 2 weeks into your first job as a teacher, that's when the big reality hits. You know, here we have these kids that are super successful. And then these kids over here, not so much. They struggle and they're just barely getting by. That obvious difference in performance and achievement between those kids is huge. It's a staggering difference. How does that happen? Finding out what makes that difference has really been the focus of my work for the last 20 years. I spent those 2 decades in the classroom, literally living among the people that I'm studying, and that's where real innovation and breakthroughs happen. What's the deal with the hair? You know, it's kind of my disguise. You know, anytime you're going to live with kids and observe them and research, I'm kind of undercover. What is the deal? That's a good question. What's the deal with the hair? That's beautiful, baby. If I'm going to have great success in learning how to impact the lives of kids in the classroom, teens in the workplace, children in the home, then I have to do something monumentally different. And it was on that day, a tidal wave of creativity and ideas and clarity all coming at me at one time. As a result of all that, ultimate understanding on how do we change the lives of kids. You know, we all want to be a teacher for the same reason. Somebody stood at the front of the classroom and changed our lives. And that's what we want to do as educators. We all want to do that. But then you have meetings. Classes are too large and we're lacking resources. And next thing you know, you're thinking, what happened? You know, all I wanted to do is make a difference in the lives of kids. When people get this information and they understand that model and the formula and they see the simple steps, that alone is what motivates and inspires them, because it's like they found the answer. You know, they can't wait to get back in a classroom and put it to use. Teaching people how to make a difference, how to impact kids, employers, teachers, parents, I'm pretty proud of it. It's very different. It works.